Good morning. Welcome to Just for Today. This is a time of eclectic readings, sharing of perspectives, meditation, and prayer. I'm Reverend Rafe Ellis, Senior Minister and Spiritual Leader of the newly joined community, Centers for Spiritual Living Communities of Columbia and Greater Baltimore. Today is April 9th. And this morning, the book that I'm reading from is Choices. Choosing Me is Okay by one of my dear, dear friends, Jane Beach, Reverend Jane Beach. And what I opened to this morning was bringing calm to difficult situations. Hey, we have lots of opportunity for that these days, do we not? Let's see what Reverend Jane has to say here. There's a holy power at work when we bring calm to a difficult situation. It begins with us in our conscious choice to still our minds and hearts, allowing peace to be our decision. Before responding, we take a deep breath, which slows us down, enabling our innate tranquility to be felt. I bring peace to myself and to this situation. No matter what it looks like, I choose peace. Every perceived challenge is an opportunity to choose peace. Let me read that one more time. It's short. Bringing calm to difficult situations. There's a holy power at work when we bring calm to a difficult situation. It begins with us and our conscious choice to still our minds and hearts, allowing peace to be our decision. Before responding, we take a deep breath, which slows us down, enabling our innate tranquility to be felt. I bring peace to myself and to this situation. No matter what it looks like, I choose peace. Every perceived challenge is an opportunity to choose peace. I love this idea, enabling our innate tranquility. It reminds me that tranquility, calm, peace is my innate state of being. I think sometimes I forget that it's innate, that it's inborn, that it is literally part of my being. And so I spend time searching for something outside of me that will change me, that will make me feel peaceful. And in this moment, what I'm recognizing is the challenge with that is that it reinforces the lie that I'm not that. Right? If I look for peace outside of me, it reinforces the lie that's operating that says I'm not peaceful. That says peace doesn't exist within me. And it does. It's one choice away. Always. Just like everything else that is solution. It's one choice away. But I forget. Deborah and I laugh frequently in our marriage that this whole journey of humanity is just a really prolonged experience of forgetting and remembering. That we arrived in this physical form, knowing everything, being everything. And then we forgot. And then we have glimpses of it. And we reclaim it and we stand in the truth of it. And then we get complacent and we forget. And it's something rattles our cage. And we're given the opportunity to once again remember the truth of who we are. And the really amazing part to me about metaphysics is this reality that as soon as I remember who I am, I remember who you are. Because we're not different. We're different expressions. But the essence of us is the same essence. It is the same energy. It is the same substance. I oftentimes think of it as the difference between a drop of water, a puddle, a pond, an ocean, a stream, all water. Every form of it, every expression of it contains wetness. Right? And so every form of us contains peace. Because we are literally made of peace. Peace is part of our innate being. It's a word that describes what's available to us to express. And there are no words that can fully capture and describe the essence of us. And that's that place where we get quiet, where we take a breath, slow down, and remember the truth of who we are, no matter the circumstance. And I think that's a really helpful tool right now. It would be a deep, deep delusion to think that we're not in a chaotic, tumultuous time. We are. And peace is still present. Peace is still available. And it's not a peace that's dependent on changing any of the chaos. The chaos gives me opportunities to practice being peace in the storm. Be still and know. Be still and know. And perhaps the more of us that do that, the more quickly we will all experience peace. And from the peacefulness, be guided to be part of the solution, rather than having some sense that we have to conquer this thing in order to. No, we don't. No, we don't. We get to be peaceful right in the middle of it, and then to follow whatever divine nudges come to each of us. You don't have to. You get to. Huge difference. So I'm going to pause here and make space. If you would like to share your perspective, I would love to see it, to read it, to know you differently, to experience the infinite intelligence as you speaking. So I'll pause here and give you time to do that. Okay, I'm not seeing anything come up in the chat, so I'll move us into our time of meditation. This is a 5-minute meditative practice. If you're new to meditation, welcome. I invite you to simply practice being present for the next 5 minutes. Being present with yourself, with your thoughts, with your breath, with your body, with your chair, with the room you're sitting in. Just be present. And to allow yourself to be present. Whatever thoughts come up, just be with them. No need to push any thoughts away. No need to try to generate any specific thoughts to show up. Just be present with what is for the next 5 minutes. Okay, here we go. one power, one peace, one substance that is the essence, the foundation, the makeup of all creation, expressing itself in infinite multiplicity. It is diversity itself. And yet, a unified whole. And so the storm is creation storming. Peace is creation being peace. Every expression is an individualized expression of this one creation. And each expression being made out of it must fully contain all that it is, operating exactly at its level of expression. Nameless, changeless, limitless, boundless. Everywhere present, inexhaustible, never using itself up, because its very creation gives back to itself. And so it is fulfilling reciprocity in action. The law of circulation is simply another way that creation expresses. Giving to itself, of itself, as itself. And so I know that I am that. I am a point of divine circulation. I am a point where creation gives to itself, of itself, as itself. And so all that expresses as me is creation continuing to individualize itself. And what is true of me is true of all creation. And so in this truth, the chaos and the peace, one and the same, differently expressed. And so I claim and affirm that I am remembering the truth of chaos. That chaos is creative because chaos is creation expressing. That nothing has gone wrong in the spiritual realm. And if harm is being done in the physical realm, I know that within every human expression is the power of peace, is the power of calm, is the power of right action, right choice. And so I claim and affirm that that is meeting all harm, to neutralize it, not to harm, but to simply neutralize it through the chemicalization, through the alchemy of thought, of belief, of action. Neutralizing, turning the acid to base, the alkaline, the acid to alkaline, by adding base, turning lies to healing reality by adding truth, turning unconscious habit into intentional creation, expression by adding awareness. I claim and affirm that I am walking my talk, that I am being the activity of peace, that I am exercising this sacred power of choice, that I am accessing the infinite intelligence that is the essence of my being, that I am no longer held bondage by the lie that I don't know. Because what I do know is that something within me knows. And so I choose to be aware of what infinite intelligence in me knows. I choose to courageously say yes, knowing that is the activity of law. I say yes to the yes of consciousness, and consciousness says yes to me. Circulation, reciprocity. I am grateful for the law, the doer of creation, that simply receives what is believed and makes it so, without judgment, without alteration. It simply acts upon the desires of creation's heart and makes it so. And so I am careful and intentional, conscious, purposeful. And I celebrate that it's already done. And it is in this celebration that I release, that I let go. I let go of all the lies that run around in my head telling me something bad is happening. I let go of all of the, oh no, it's time to panic scenarios. I let go. And I stand in the faith of things not seen, but hoped for. I stand in the faith of the substance of all creation, being everywhere present. I stand with gratitude in the release of any ideas of the human me needs to manipulate or control, so that I am free to be. Ashe. Shalom. Aho. Amen. Amen. And so it is. Namaste.